I'm Rachel from Parenting Central and I'm answering your baby wearing questions on the page every week. And this week's question was from a parent with an Ergobaby carrier and they're experiencing some back pain when they're using their carrier. So this video is going to be some very general advice that could apply to a variety of different baby carriers. So today I'm wearing an Ergobaby Omni Breeze, but really this could apply to any baby carrier that has a waistband, a panel, and some shoulder straps that you can adjust. And I'm going to be covering 4 main fitting challenges that you might come across and how to fix them and what they're going to do to help alleviate some pain or discomfort that you're experiencing when you're using a baby carrier. I'm going to put a bit of a disclaimer on this video that if you're experiencing extreme pain or if you have a pre-existing back condition, that this doesn't replace medical advice, and also just to be really sensible and safe with your back if you are experiencing pain. However, if you do get to the end of this video and you have tried out some of these things and you're still experiencing pain or discomfort, I'm going to put in the description a few different methods that you can use to access me, to get in touch with me. I'm more than happy to do a fit assessment for you and see if there is any other changes that I can recommend. So if you have any questions, also please don't forget to comment below and don't forget to subscribe for more baby wearing hints and tips. And let's get started. So the 4 topics that we're going to be covering in this video, firstly is making sure that your waistband is correctly positioned for you and your baby. Secondly is actually making sure that your waistband is tight enough. Third, making sure that your shoulder straps are positioned correctly and tight enough. And then also some last minute checks of what that all looks like when it comes together and making sure that your baby is positioned correctly. So I'm going to take this off so we can go through those one by one. So the first thing that I would recommend doing, and this is something that I do anytime that I'm doing face-to-face carrier training with someone who has already had their baby, is just have a cuddle with your baby and think about what position it is that we naturally hold our baby. So firstly, for that waistband position, so if you are holding your baby high and tight, close enough to kiss the top of their head, I want you to think about where your baby's bottom is, because this is where the bottom of the panel for your baby carrier needs to be. So for the Omni Breeze, that is where the top of the waistband needs to sit. So I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so now that I've got my waistband on, you can see that when I'm holding my baby high, tight, close enough to kiss, their bottom is sitting on the top of the panel there. So when I lift that panel up, this is where my baby is going to stay. Also, as your baby grows, it is going to sit lower and lower. So as your baby gets bigger, they're going to be sitting down, means your waistband is going to go lower down. So check number 2 is making sure that this waistband is tight enough. And as a general rule of thumb, what we're looking for is about as firm as you would wear a belt. So what that looks like is there is a little bit of movement here. It is not too tight. It's not suffocating me. But when I put my baby in it, I don't want there to be too much movement tilting forward. What happens if it is too loose, and I'm just going to loosen it off just a little bit so you can see I've positioned it to the correct height. It's not really dropping down straight away, but when I put a baby on this panel, what is going to happen is it's going to tilt, and that is going to bring this lumbar support up. It's going to tip into my back. That's going to cause lower back pain. It's also going to cause shoulder pain because the baby's weight is going to be thrown forward, and no matter what I do with the shoulder straps, I'm never going to be able to get this baby high and tight enough to be comfortable. So very important to have your waistband nice and tight. And one little thing that I do to make sure that I get it tight enough is I actually pick up the panel, hold it where I want it to end up. So that's where I want it to be. That is where I'm going to hold it. And then I tighten it into position while holding it. And that will prevent it from tipping forward while you are tightening it. So number 3 is making sure that your shoulder straps are tight enough. But when you are putting it on, I always recommend actually loosening them off before you put them on. So you will be loosening and tightening every time that you use your baby carrier. Also, especially if you are using the t-shirt method where you have that clipped up before you put it on, you definitely want it to have it nice and loose before you put it on, because the looser it is, the less flexible you need to be. But I'll pick up the baby and I'll show you what that's going to look like. So with that loose, it means that you can pick up that paddle, you can grab the buckle, you can pop that straight over your head. You've got plenty of room to move. But it does mean at this point now we have to tighten it off a lot. So the first thing that you're going to do to tighten it off is you're going to just hold your baby in the position that they were in at the start of this video. High, tight, close enough to kiss, I'm going to hold my baby like the carrier doesn't exist. I want you to do this because you cannot tighten it like this if you are not holding the baby. One hand firmly on your baby. Now we're going to tighten up those straps. Swapping hands, keeping it nice and firm, then tighten it up. If you get to this point and you feel like there is maybe a little bit of a gap in here, I feel like sometimes I don't get it tight enough the first time. What you're going to do to eliminate a little bit of looseness here is grab the strap that's underneath your arm. So I use my thumb, I tuck it in here, and then I pull down firmly. So that pulls the shoulder strap down firmly onto my shoulder, and you can see that's how I'm going to just get that little centimeter more, and it makes an amazing difference. It's incredible what a centimeter of strap will do. So let's see this again. Pull down, pull around, feed it through. And that is all you're going to do. So you can see now I've got really nice tight contact with that shoulder strap. So number 4, we're going to do all the usual checks. Make sure that their head is close enough to kiss. Make sure that they're in that position that they were in at the start of the video. Again, this baby has not moved, right? This is what I want. This is what's going to feel most comfortable. The other little check is just make sure things look right across the back. I don't really care exactly where it sits on your body, but what you're looking for is approximately a rectangle at the top of your shoulders. So you're looking for this strap here to be at a right angle with your shoulder straps or thereabouts. It doesn't have to be perfect, but what we're not looking for is it to be too tight, and that's going to make your shoulder straps bend in like this. So that's going to be the shape. We're looking for approximately a rectangle at this part of your neck. So I hope that helps. If you have any other questions, please let me know. As I said, feel free to reach out to me directly if you're wanting a personalized fit check for your carrier. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more baby wearing hints and tips, and have an absolutely wonderful day. Take care. Bye.